CIL 650, in association with Tom Lucas Productions, presents Radio Real Estate. In the middle of us. And now, here are your hosts, Bill Macklem, Andrea Jock, and Tom Lucas.
And if you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing, this is the show for you. Bill Macklem is with us. Hey, Bill, nice to see you back in the studio.
Good morning.
Good day. Could be morning, could be night, could be afternoon, because people can listen to this thing over and over again.
That's right. We have a nice podcast. They can watch it all the time.
How do we get to the podcast, by the by?
They go to RadioRealEstateJuly9th2017 and they can check it out there.
See, that's why you're here.
Exactly.
You're not only here for your expertise in real estate, but you're here because you know social media.
That's right.
That's Andrea talking. Welcome to you.
Thank you.
And congratulations to Bill. You became a granddad again.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Number 9, huh?
Number 9.
Oh, my goodness.
My dad just wants one.
Oh, once you get one, it's like they're just like rabbits. They just keep on.
Okay, kids, that's enough of the biology class. Welcome to the Radio Real Estate Show. Bill Macklem, granddad, is the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. You're back with us in the studio. Nice to have you, Bill. And also this week, you're going to have the mortgage rate update. And what special you be chatting about today?
Well, we're going to kind of talk about the rates have gone up.
So I hear.
And the Bank of Canada might be putting the rates up.
Oh, for goodness sake.
So we'll talk about that.
So actually, I have a question for you, Bill. Should people lock in now or?
Yes, I would.
Fixed over fixed?
If they have a discount less than
variable?
0.4%, I would lock in.
Okay. That's a question I had a client ask me yesterday.
Yeah. No.
Am I cool?
You're cool.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah. You're
Thanks, man.
You have a big discount.
I'm cool.
I'm
cool.
Discount.
All I know is I'm cool. So Finn Jensen is with us this morning, or this afternoon, today, whatever. What's he going to talk about?
Our Radio Real Estate Home handyman, Finn Jensen, takes a look at vacation time here on the West Coast.
And we're going to talk with Mark Jock, who I've already talked to this morning, CEO of Mark Croft Homes, our Radio Real Estate Home Specialist.
Let me guess, Mark was out on the golf course again, being Sunday, right?
He was working his buns off.
Was he really?
He loves to golf. But he's going to be talking to us today about costs of servicing.
Okay. Also, if you missed one of our segments, please go to our website, which is RadioRealEstateShow.ca, RadioRealEstateShow.ca, and just download one of the podcasts. It's real simple, right?
Wow. Mm-hmm. Monica Dinabriga, president of Mummy Maids, has a few tips for us on how to take care of and clean our cast iron cookware.
And the Radio Real Estate News headlines are coming up this hour. We'll be reading the headlines that made the stories this past week. Bill and Andrea will give us their expert opinions. And we're also going to chat with our good friend Jamie Hooper of Remax Crest Westside. We'll be talking about real estate here in the city, so that'll be nice.
Our mortgage question of the week is coming up. Have a question for Bill? Please leave it on our website, RadioRealEstateShow.ca.
Well, Bill, I'm sure everywhere you go and people aren't asking you about your grandchild. Is it grandson or granddaughter?
Granddaughter.
Granddaughter.
So now it's 5'4".
Huh?
It's 5'4".
5'4".
5 girls, 4 boys.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Whew. Is she working yet? Anyway, when you're not talking about your little granddaughter, your brand new member of the family, you're talking about mortgage rates. I guess that's what we should talk about right now. What's it like to borrow money?
Mortgage rates have kind of trickled a little bit, but they're still great. You're looking at 269, 265, 274. So I mean, like these rates are so low that people are now saying, well, that seems a little high on that rate. And you kind of go, I'm sorry, but for the last 100 years, rates have been around 4.5% to 5%. So anything less than 3 is a gift.
Right.
Well, we should tell those people, remember the 1980s?
Oh.
21.5.
Yes, I remember that. I was just a little lucre then, but I remember that, yeah.
So rates are great. Probably just a little challenging to get approved these days, but other than that, business is still done.
Bill, I have a question for you. I heard this morning that homes over $1 million now, even with 20% down, do you still have to pay a CMHC fee?
No.
Okay.
No.
So that was a question that came up.
Yeah, anything that's over $1 million, you have to put 20% down with therefore bumps it out of the CMHC
That's
world.
what I thought. Yeah.
So what happens is that CMHC, and we're going to get into that one of our questions later on this afternoon about CMHC, and that's a good lead-in.
Perfect.
Okay, now coming up in the next segment of the program, Bill will be answering the mortgage question of the week. We'll also examine the Radio Real Estate News headlines, and we'll be speaking with Mark Jock, the CEO of Mark Croft Homes, about the new house building process, and we're talking about the costs involved, right?
Yeah, servicing.
You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house, Radio Real Estate on CIL 650.
CIL 650.
We get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters.
Well, here it is, summertime on the West Coast, and the living is easy.
Wow.
If it's so warm outside, and it is warm outside, why are you wearing that sweater, Bill?
It's a loose-fitting sweater.
Oh, I see. Okay. Andrea has a question for you, William.
Our question this week comes from Damien O'Rourke of North Vancouver. Damien says, Bill, I've been listening for many weeks and appreciate your advice. Will you please explain the Smith maneuver and how it works?
Well, thanks, Andrew. That's a great question from Damien. That is a loaded question, Damien. That normally takes more than a 2-minute response, but let's just do a quickie for it. First off, what you're doing is you're changing your mortgage on your house into a tax-deductible expense. What that means is that rather than having a mortgage, you're going to get a line of credit. With that line of credit, you're going to take more out of your house than the mortgage that's on it. So therefore, you must have some equity in the home already to begin with. You're going to take that equity, that extra equity, and you're going to put it into an investment of some sort, either a MIC fund or a RSP, through your Smith maneuver people. When you get that tax refund on that expense, because you've been using some of your money from your mortgage to pay for it, that's a tax deductible expense. That refund you're using to pay down the debt. Now that you paid down the debt, you now are allowed additional monies to be borrowed to go buy another investment. And then when that interest rate comes in, you can actually claim that as an expense. And now you have a larger amount that you can invest into another investment tool. But this is a long-term process. This isn't something like you would do today and next year you're going to be fine. This requires a lot of financial constraints and does cause some emotional dilemmas at times. I've had some people who don't know how to handle it all that well, particularly people who are not who are on a fixed income. By being on a fixed income, you don't have that flow of cash, and so what starts happening is you start spending all the money that's in your house, and sometimes don't have enough money for your payments. So you got to be very careful of this program. So, Damon, if you want some more information, just give me a call at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME, because we'll have to go over that in a lot more detail than just what I just did right now. Thanks so much.
For expert mortgage information online, visit billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, MAC.com, or call Bill at 604-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Guess what? We have another building song because you know who is coming on.
Ain't no time to quit when there's a job to do. And when my faith runs low, that's when she pulls me through. Yeah, after all these years, I'm still burning down this road. I'm willing, ready, rock solid, I keep steady. This big chip on my shoulder and this grin upon my face knows I got this, man, 'cause I'm on the case.
Yeah, our man is on the case. His name is Mark Jock. Good day, Mark. How are you, buddy?
Well, really good. How are you folks?
I'm good, too. Bill, are you good? Bill's looking good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Mark, I have a question for you. I know that you meet Bill quite a lot out on the golf course. Does he wear that stupid shirt and tie on the golf course, too?
You know what, Bill? I'm not going to respond to that.
No.
It's not stupid, Bill. It's stylish.
I always thought. You know, if I have the shorter tie, it doesn't get away the putting.
You know, Mark, I keep telling Bill that I say, okay, man, if you need to wear a suit in the summer, that's fine, but wear a summer suit. No, he's wearing his, what is that, navy blue,
Got
black?
his old wool suit
That's
on
like a
from
little hot.
Manitoba.
I know. Well, yeah, you think you're back in Manitoba. That's what it is.
Well, exactly.
So, Mark, let me ask you a question. How long have you been building houses?
Well, we started back in 1982.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was just 5 years old then.
That dates me, doesn't it? I was driving around a little tricycle. Yeah.
Yeah.
In 1982, we built hundreds of homes in the Tri-Cities in New Westminster, Benton, Surrey at that time. And then, and then went into a little land development and opened up Markcraft Homes to be a boutique custom home builder in 2003. So you all know the family story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's
Working
say-
with my son and daughter.
Yeah, well, your daughter, that's another story, but we'll talk about that later. Let's supposing you and I are going to do some business together. You're going to build a new home for me. I can say, okay, it's going to cost me X amount of dollars. Here you go, Mark. And then you say, oh, but it's going to cost some more. So it's not just the cost of the house that's going to cost me dollars and cents, is it?
It's about
No, that's a very good point. Very good point. You know, we the soft cost process we talked about in the past a little bit, but I'll give you an example. one of the homes that was passed on from the grandfather to the current children. They inherited a beautiful spot in Port Moody, but we've just been digging around to see what kind of servicing costs we'll be looking at, apart from normal sewer and water hookup charges, which are running probably $18,000 to $20,000. We're now in a position. A lot of old homes never had a storm water management program. In other words, the water just dispersed to the neighbors. And that was so a lot of neighborly love was shared there with wet, soggy grasses in some places, and so obviously if there's an update required, and this is in relationship to storm water, that's peripheral water from the roof, and that's your drain tile water. You've got to discharge it into an appropriate a location, obviously a storm line. So these folks are now faced with hiring engineering, doing a layout plan that's acceptable to the city, and then tying in 40 meters of pipe. This is about a $40,000 process.
Wow, so that's something that they weren't anticipating, was it?
No, nobody was. And the point is, being a realtor, Andrea, something very, very cautious about, and all realtors, as a matter of fact, that if their customer is looking for an infill knockdown home, get into engineering and make sure you have a full understanding of all the servicing costs that you could be faced with.
Well,
they can be substantial.
Well, yeah, for example, in Belcarra, a lot of people don't realize that when they are buying a lot to build there, that you have to actually hook up to city water because it's on well right now. So that we've been quoted anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 to do that one.
Right.
Or some properties come with septic and.
Right now, septic upgrades.
Yeah.
Depending on they're making things a little easier for the septic fields nowadays. You can actually create portable boxes basically, and that help disperse affluent from one filtration box to the next. But you're still looking at somewhere in the range of a $25,000 septic upgrade. If you're close to the water or on the water, you can count on probably doubling that.
Wow.
I'm really interested in this, what is it, a kitty litter box for big people? Mark, what about if you find an oil tank on someone's property before you start to build?
Boy, you shouldn't want to really, that's an unfortunate situation, because now you're dealing with, you're bringing in soils analysis and your geotech people and environmental people. And, you've got to find a home for that toxic soil. So apart from just removing the tank, you've got to remediate the soils around it. So count on some, extra dollars there. So
there's a lot more involved than just the cost of building the home.
There really is. And, soft costs will run you, by soft costs, Bill certainly understands everything to do with the financing aspect of things, your legal, your taxes, but, your architectural drawings, your structural engineering, your geotechs, your hazmat remediation of existing homes before you knock it down, a number of things. You're going to be looking at a minimum of $100,000 to $150,000, again, depending on where which municipality you're dealing with.
Don't forget the tree guys.
And the tree guys, absolutely. Tree bylaws, in Vancouver, trees are number one. They're the number one priority. You've got to build and work around tree and tree root.
What you're telling me, Mark, then, is I better go back and see Bill and get some more money before you and I go out to have another lunch.
Absolutely. I think, and Bill's shown you the way with a nice equity mortgage.
Yes. We thank you for that.
Get some money. Let's go get some money and do something.
Well, I got an idea. Let's go get some money and have a round of golf.
I like that.
You're on. Hey, listen, if somebody... Sorry, man, go ahead.
I love that idea.
I love it, too, especially out here in British Columbia. It's going to be sunny now forever.
Well, let's hope for the next couple of months, eh?
Let's hope so. Hey, listen, if somebody wants to get a hold of you during the week, what number should they call?
604-461-2560.
Okay, and that number again, Mark, is?
604-461-2560.
Okay, you've done a great job as usual. I want you back on the golf course, and please wear those shorts. I like the looks of your legs in those things.
Okay. And Bill, we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah, that sounds great on Thursday.
You bet.
Thanks
Right
again.
on.
Have a great week, Mark.
Bye.
Thank you. All right, that's Mark Jock. He's the CEO of Mark Craft Homes. You know him kind of well.
A little bit.
Nice guy. Does some wonderful building.
He does.
Yeah, so coming up the next segment of the show, we're going to have the Radio Real Estate News headlines, the stories that made the news this past week. We'll also be speaking with a dear friend of the Radio Real Estate Show, Jamie Hooper. He's with Remax Crest West Side. We're going to talk about the state of real estate in Metro Vancouver.
This is Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, with Andrea Jock of the Pinnacle Group Real Estate Marketing, producer Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate, Vancouver's original on-air open house on CL 650.
CL 650. She's a brick house. She's 1990, just letting it all hang out. She's a brick house. I like lady stack, that's a fact.
Ain't holding nothing back. She's a brick house.
I loved your little dance there. That
Do you
was
like that?
great.
I just get carried away
He got
sometimes.
into that one.
I get into that one.
His eyes were closed.
That's a three-stepper.
Just grooving. Listen, we've got a good friend of the Radio Real Estate program on the telephone, Jamie Hooper. How are you, my friend?
Great, Tom. How are you?
Jamie, I got to ask you. I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking. Think back to the 1990s. Okay, he's thinking back. Think Portland, Oregon. What were you doing in Portland, Oregon in the 1990s with Bill?
We went to a real estate conference down there,
knows.
and that was when Bill and I were actually young.
Yes,
That's when Bill had black hair.
that's when I had some here.
He never had black hair. No.
No,
oh,
that's
my
true.
God. Listen.
Joe Stump was the training.
Was he really?
Joe Stump?
Yeah. So you guys learned something.
No.
Oh, okay. That's good. So Jamie's been doing real estate now for quite some time in the Lower Mainland. Jamie and I go way back in history. And let's talk about real estate. What's going on out there? Prices are I guess, what, falling steady or what?
They're holding steady in most areas. I mean, I'm not a member of the Fraser Valley Board, but I understand areas like White Rock and Langley, et cetera, are all going real crazy. But markets are still very busy. Since the buyer's tax came in last year, it slowed down the single detached market for about 6 months. But by March of this year, it started to come back pretty strong, and we just got the real estate statistics out again the other day, and markets are still looking real good.
I understand, too, that the price of condos and townhomes are okay. They're selling better than they are for single-family homes, detached homes.
Absolutely. It's far more affordable. I mean, the person who 5 years ago probably could have still afforded a detached house around Vancouver is now, trading, unfortunately, having to trade down to a townhouse or a condo. So those markets never really skipped a beat after the foreign buyer's tax last year. They remained really strong. It was just the higher end homes that suffered for a period of time, but they're back pretty strong as well.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jamie. I'm noticing the same in line with everything that you're saying there.
Yeah, it's depending. I mean, there's certain markets that are a little spotty in certain price ranges, but overall, it still looks good. We'll see how the provincial government affects it, though. It could, and that combined with, I'm sure Bill's already been talking about interest rates in the Bank of Canada. Those two things may put a little cool on it, but I think that interest rates would have to go up a half a point or 3/4 of a point before it makes any difference.
Yeah, 0.2 is not going to make that much difference.
No.
They raise it by 2.2, and then they come back by 0.1, so you're basically seeing about a 0.1 increase, which is probably a latte a week.
Insignificant, really.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're not talking like we were back in the 1980s. That's for darn sure.
No, for those of us that remember 20% interest rates, 3.5 sounds pretty good.
And you wonder why I used to have black hair and it's going gray, huh?
Now that'll do it.
That'll do it. Listen, I as you know, I live out in the South Surrey, White Rock area with Bill, but if I was considering to move back to the metropolitan area, where do you think I should start to look? Where would be a good place to start to look around for property?
Well, it depends where you want to live and what your lifestyle is. I mean, prices, that's one thing I found. I had a client that moved up to Kelowna, unfortunately, 10 years ago. And the way real estate's gone here and the way real estate's gone there, they can't even afford to buy back in the city.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're looking at, in Kits, you're probably looking around $1,000 a square foot for an older building in Kits nowadays. Maybe a little less, maybe about $900. But it's hard to really get anything under $550 in the city on the west side. East side, mid-4s. it's pretty hard to get anything below that.
It seems like east of Main Street is becoming the new west side of town.
Well, all those people that would have bought on the west side 15 years ago and wanted to have now changed to the east side. The demographics have changed enormously.
You know, it's so funny. A couple of weeks ago, I was driving, I guess, around by the P&E, and I'm looking at the homes out there, and I'm going, my God, this looks like Dunbar. This looks like a West Point Gray. Things are really changing on the east side.
Oh, it's completely different. I was thinking the same thing the other day. Some neighborhoods that used to be a little spotty and sketchy are all full of families and kids playing on the streets. This city is changing, as we all know, dramatically. They say there's going to be 4 million people here by 2040. So,
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Well, they're talking about 2040. You're going to have that many people. They're going to actually need another 500,000 homes. And if you're going to start doing that today, that means you got to actually build an extra 2,000 homes a day, or excuse me, a month.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why they're trying to densify everything in the city, and you see what's going on down Oak Street, Granville Street, and Canby Street. We'll just see more and more of it.
We're talking with Jamie Hooper from RE/MAX this on the program. And Jamie, you probably deal with a lot of first-time buyers as well, do you?
Yes, I do.
and I was going to ask, what kind of questions do they ask you when they come in?
Well, I mean, it's just, first of all, everyone wants to know is how much the home is. What we like to do is just educate people on the process and show them around through properties. And really, one of the biggest things to communicate to first-time buyers is all of these bidding wars and whatnot that goes on. So you really have to let them go through the process a couple of times and understand how it works. And it's a different thing if you're dealing with someone from a different city and they come in and they see a property listed for $699, and then they ask you how much you should offer, and you tell them, well, why don't we offer them $850? Kind of hard for them to, it takes a while for them to adjust to the, what's the word I'm looking for, just the little quirks of the greater Vancouver real estate market.
And quirky it shall be forever, right?
Oh, absolutely. Well, you remember the homebuyer classes we used to run back in the 90s and early 2000s. I mean, what a difference.
Completely different. You could, to take a buyer, when a buyer comes into town and says, I'd like to go look at 5 properties, that's how we used to show properties then when the market was slow. Now it's, no, there are no 5 properties to show you. What we're going to do is sit by the computer and wait for new ones to come out, and then we're going to rush over there, and then we're going to get into a bidding war with a bunch of people. That's kind of how shopping for property has been.
Right. And how long can a market like this sustain and go on for?
It's been going on for 16 years pretty much, except for 08, 09, and a few little glitches. It should have ended a long time ago, shouldn't it, Bill?
Oh, absolutely. And you look at what's going on in the marketplace across North America, and we have this special little market here in the West Coast, and it's going to continue because we lost the ability to maintain housing back in the mid to late 70s, and we're never going to catch up. It's just a fact of life. We don't have enough product on the market at the time that people want it, so therefore prices are going to keep on increasing.
But then I've got clients, like first-time home buyers, asking me, well, when's it going to slow down? Should I wait till September? With exactly what Jamie's saying, though, with the NDP and, maybe the mortgage rate changes. But that's a whole other topic.
Yeah, we'll probably get into that a little bit later on the show here. But those things will have some impact.
I want to be in on that one.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
We'll give you a show back, maybe. We'll have you come in on that one, too.
Yeah, that's great. We'll have people marching outside of our office.
Exactly.
Well, let me try to line something up first of all. Jamie, let me ask you a question. You're a golfer? Are you a golfer?
No, I like to golf, but I wouldn't call myself a golfer.
Well, here's my thought, because you're not a golfer really, and I'm not really a golfer either, but Bill and Mark are. So
No, my dad's not really a golfer.
Oh, no.
He says he is.
Well, I believe him, man. But what I was thinking is you and I could sit in the shade and watch those guys golf all day. What do you think, Jamie?
Oh, no, I'll golf. I'll just make a fool of myself while I do it, but I have no pride.
You're a good man. Listen, thank you for shedding some of the light on the real estate situation in Metro Vancouver. I really do appreciate you being here with us today.
Thanks for having me, Tom.
We'll talk to you again real soon. See you on the golf course.
You bet.
Thanks, Jamie. Good to see you,
Bye,
buddy.
Jamie. Call Jamie for more information, 604-240-1540.
Okay, it's the Radio Real Estate Show, and time now for the Radio Real Estate News headlines. We're going to be reading some headlines that made the stories this past week. Bill and Andrea will give us their expert opinions on the subject matter. First of all, it says consumers are set to feel the sting of the rising mortgage rates.
Yo,
Bill,
Bill.
the rising A little bit?
What a crock.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, geez.
So rates are going up. Why are rates going up? Well, the bond market is moving a little bit. But more importantly, and most people don't realize this, is that the banks are so busy, so far behind in getting the approvals out that they need to slow it down a bit. So they're raising the rates to slow down the market. This is a fact, and most people kind of look at me and say, you're on something.
Bill, you're on something.
Exactly.
That's what people say.
And the big banks will say that eyeing hikes amid concerns over household debt. So we had can I mention?
Sure.
Okay. Mr. Michael Campbell was on news not too long ago talking about the consumer debt. So anybody that's taken any kind of accounting knows that if you have a mortgage on a property, you have a liability against an asset, but it's an offsetting liability. So therefore, it's an asset. So as Mr. Michael Campbell had gone through this whole demonstration, 2/3 of the debt is secured by property. So the average Canadian is worth about $280,000 net. So the rising consumer debt they're talking about is that they're including mortgage debt along with regular debt that has no security, like a Visa card or even a car debt. So what's happening is that we've got the wrong perspective. Canadians are doing really well for the most part in terms of what they're doing with their money. But because the people who are interpreting the rules don't understand accounting, they're making some assumptions that people are totally inaccurate with their debt servicing. They're going like crazy consumers and buying everything in sight. And that's not the case.
All right, Bill. Now, the next headline said, don't gamble away your home equity. Be careful when using your home to help build your portfolio.
That's absolutely true. You want to make sure, yes, it could be an ATM, but at the same time, homes are a great asset, and you want to make sure that you utilize it. So you might take the equity from your home, and you might use it to buy another property if you could find one.
Right.
Or you might use it if you're not wanting to get in the business of having tenants and some of the challenges that gives us. You might want to take some of the money and invest it into a mortgage investment corporation or into a bank stock. Obviously the banks are doing pretty good, so why don't we just profit along with them? So there's different ways of doing things.
All right, now Paragon Developments is poised to make its mark. Their latest project is in downtown Vancouver. They're going to be calling it the Downtown Urban Resort Area. It's less than 30 days away. So you talk about that.
That looks really interesting, and it's very exciting. And I think it's going to be great for our city to have, the casino up and running and people coming from all over the world to stay in the new hotels. And again, I think Vancouver still needs a little bit more life to it, So having that, casino opening, and it's not going to be like a Vegas, but they're saying they're actually making it quieter and smaller where they don't want that big nightlife feel. But I think it's still a nice, fun thing for people to do in Vancouver, and it creates a little more activity and things for people to do.
And the same thing is going on in Burnaby, too, by the Metrotown station.
Yeah, I just think it's going to help us get more visitors from all over the world. And
Well, they're going to make, I think they said that Metrotown's going to become a new downtown Vancouver. So to speak,
I believe that. Yeah.
Interesting.
because you got access to it.
Now, Bill, your friends over the CHMC is apparently paying $4 billion in dividends to the government. Apparently more is to come as the Crown Corporation has been hiking premiums for people like you and me.
Yes.
Yes?
So here's a real fallacy. So you have CMHC, the most successful home insurance program in the world. Other countries bring CMHC into their communities to help them set up the same kind of process. And our governments are trying to sell it to the Americans. And what they're doing right now is they're taking the surpluses off of CMHC and putting it into the general coffers of the federal government to become more profitable, which is absolutely ridiculous. Either lower our insurance rates, don't have any insurance rates, so you don't think so. But, there's got to be something different going on. Because if you look at what's going on in the Canadian market, and I know they keep on talking about rising rates. If you look at what's going on in the Canadian mortgage market, it's 0.1% foreclosures. So, if you were running a business and you had that much of a loss on your business, your boss would give you heck about the fact that you're not lending enough, not going out enough, getting enough markets. So
My boss would give me more than heck.
Yes, he would.
Now, this next headline actually should be for Donald Trump, but we're going to let you guys answer it instead. The headline is Chinese investors put Canada in the top 5 for property buys.
Absolutely. I believe that. I have a lot of great Chinese clients and investors, and what they tell me, the reason why is they love to come here. It's safe, it's clean, the air is beautiful and fresh with the ocean. And another good reason, too, is the schools. It's really important for them, for their children to go to good schools. So I know out by West Point Grey there, out to South Surrey White Rock, they have the private schools that they like their children to attend. So we have a lot of the things that
Well, they have a lot of things they want. We also don't have any tax rules that are actually enforceable. So therefore, that's why they like coming here, because our federal government doesn't do anything about it.
Right.
So you mean if I don't pay my taxes, I'm okay?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Andrea, what else is coming up in the show today?
In our next segment, Monica Jean Albriga, president of Mummy Maids, has a few tips on how to take care and clean our cast iron cookware.
And we've got more real estate information coming right up on Vancouver's original on-air open house.
This is Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, with Andrea Jock, a Pinnacle Group real estate marketing, producer Dwayne Bishop, and director of host development, and of course, Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
CL 650. A little bit of Monica in my life.
You like that, don't you, Billy?
I think that's a great song for Monica. You know what? If I was Monica, I'd like that song.
I would like that song too, but my name's not Monica, and the song doesn't go a little bit of Tommy in your life. It just says Monica. Yeah. So Monica, of course, is the head honcho and the founder, the president, if you wish, of Mummy Maids. Ooh. So give her a call. She'll come over and clean up your place. And today we're talking about something special, Monica.
When your cast iron cookware gets burnt on food, or if you get a great deal from a garage sale, but the pan looks like you'll never use it in a lifetime, it can be made to factory condition. Just place it in a self-cleaning oven, not continuous clean, when you do a clean cycle. The high temperatures will burn off the food to dust, then simply wash, dry, and season as if it were new. Your cast iron cookware will go on working to allow you to make wonderful meals again. Cook on. This is Monica Dinaberga for Radio Real Estate.
Mummy Maids will clean your castle with no hassle. Call Monica at 604-533-4959, 604-533-4959, or visit mummymaids.com. That's mummymaids.com.
You know, my friends, that Monica probably has the cleanest cast iron cookware anywhere. But why does she not ever invite us over to dinner?
I don't know.
That's a good
Doesn't want to
question.
get dirty.
Oh, maybe.
Good point. All right. Usually what we do on the show after we talk to Monica is we like to talk with Andrea, and we like to talk about the Tri-Cities.
That's right.
It's a pretty exciting place out there.
Very exciting. Lots happening in the Tri-Cities.
Lots of building going on?
Tons.
Yeah?
Actually, we have new high-rise developments coming up, and then Burke Mountain offers new townhome developments. If you're looking for single-family homes, I'd say that's a little more interesting. There we're seeing more of the, like Mark was talking about, knocking down and rebuilding, as we don't have a ton of available land. If you're looking for newer homes in a more of a new subdivision feel, then Burke Mountain right now is probably the only option.
I really like Ioko. I really like Ioko.
What do you like about Ioko?
It's got the village atmosphere kind of thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's kind of has a Whistler feel, very North Van. Ioko's kind of the Port Moody section where you're driving up to Benson Lake and White Pine Beach, and you know I live there, right?
You could live in a beautiful condo and just go downstairs for dinner.
That's right, at Newport Village.
Not too bad at all.
That's excellent.
So let's pretend that we're on the bus again. Some new people are getting on that bus. And what are the Tri-Cities?
Tri-Cities are Port Coquitlam, and Port Moody.
Mm-hmm. And if I go and see Bill first, he'll tell me I have X amount of dollars to spend, then I call you, right? And you take me around, we go shopping.
I sure will.
Okay. You want to sell my townhouse first so I can move to Ioko Road?
You should come. It's great out there.
Well, they have a population of about 235,000 people.
Really?
There. Yeah. That's 216. So it's comprised of Anmore, Belcarra, Coquitlam, Poco, as you were saying, and Port Moody as well. So therefore, they've got lots of things going on in that area.
All different age groups are out there?
All different age
tons.
groups.
Yep. We've got first-time home buyers now coming out because of the SkyTrain, so they can SkyTrain into Vancouver for work. We also have young families that love the atmosphere of Port Moody and all the recreation that Coquitlam offers with the big rec centers and tons of, it's a real family-oriented community. It was so unbelievable. Canada Day at Rocky Point Park was so fun. It's called the Golden Spike Days Festival, and for the whole weekend, there was bands and music and beer gardens wines and food and all the breweries. So I've never seen it so busy.
Didn't they, when they built the CPR years ago, didn't they stop in the Tri-Cities?
They sure did.
Is that why the Golden Spike Days is?
Yeah, probably. And then we offered fireworks as well, and Lafarge Lake had events going on. So every park was just jam-packed with people and families. So
You mentioned Lafarge Lake. Is that where they get the cement from?
maybe.
No, Lafarge Cement.
Yeah.
I see. So now, listen, Andrea, I've been listening to the show for a long time. I've been listening to you talk about the Tri-Cities for a long time. Now you've got my interest perked. I want to get some more information about the Tri-Cities. How should I give you a call? What's your number?
You can call 604-783-3124. That's 604-783-3124.
Okay, and you have a website for us?
Yeah, pinnaclegrouprealestatemarketing.com. That's pinnaclegrouprem.com.
Okay, so we have some more coming up in the next segment of the program. Billy, what are you going to talk about?
I'm going to be talking about interest rates.
Oh, wow. How
And
timely.
we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on. We've said a few things already, and we're going to continue on that same mode.
And you were saying those interest rates have gone up a little bit, but don't panic just yet.
No, don't. It's crazy. People, they haven't seen any increase in rates in quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But really, a year ago, we saw rates go up a little bit as well.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody panicked.
Mm-hmm.
The sky didn't fall.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have any kind of tsunami.
And Chicken Little's not out there.
Chicken Little's not out there. And we're having that same little thing. The bank, and I'm serious, the banks are busy.
Yeah.
And your new little granddaughter
Yes.
better start saving up for her own home now.
Pretty much.
Granddad, can we have some money?
Yeah, she's pretty much going to have to do that.
This is Andrea Jock of Pinnacle Group Real Estate Marketing with Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, producer Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house, Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
CL 650.
Now, Andrea has a little update on us. Mayor Moob meme. He's,
Yeah, I guess I heard that the mayor is single.
Again?
Vancouver's
No.
mayor is single.
Oh, for goodness sake. Does he mean he's going to move too?
Oh, no, he'll stay where he is. 'Cause
I guess so.
he's already changed all those roads into bike paths, so therefore the value is up higher than...
And the green crosswalks downtown are a nice touch too.
Jeez.
That's what I like about Vancouver. It's St. Patrick's Day all the time.
What I understand is that the province pays the municipalities the gas tax for the roads. So how come if you take the roads out of production and put them into bikes that you still get the same amount of money as a gas tax if you don't use them for cars?
That's a very good question. Maybe we should have the mayor on one day. He could tell us about this.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Well, apparently the mayor is single, but he's been working at it again hard. He's got proposed new rules. He's changed the rules for Airbnbs.
I know. It's
What's going
unbelievable.
on?
Well, he said housing is first and foremost. So therefore, in Vancouver, and so they're going. It's not supposed to be operated as a business. So they're going to tax them. They're going to have you have to get a business license, pay as much as 3% per transaction fee on stays. Rentals of secondary suites, laneway homes, and investment properties will be prohibited.
Prohibited? How is that prohibited?
I don't know.
I thought we needed more rental housing for people.
Yeah,
Now
so
they're
it
gonna
says
prohibit-
rentals of secondary suite, laneway homes, and investment properties will be prohibited.
What?
Yeah, this is on Bloomberg. That's what he said.
No.
City officials said they would be ready to pursue legal action against violators, as well as a $1,000 fine.
So so you can't have a property and now rent out a basement suite?
That's what he said.
Are you kidding me? That's how people pay their mortgages.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't understand this.
What happens if you live in a ranch and don't have a basement?
Well, then you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, fine. Home sales are down by 11.5%, I hear, too. That's kind of crazy.
Home sales?
Well, I guess,
it's-
single family did-
It's a detached.
yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely have felt a slowdown. It's not that prices have come down. It's just
No.
that it's slower. It's taking longer to sell. We're not seeing as many multiple offers. Over 1.5 especially, but again, under 1.3, the market's on fire.
So
Well, and you have to look at some other things that are going on, though, as well. And I agree with you completely with what you said. And Jimmy Hooper was saying the same thing earlier. But we got to look at what's going on. First off, you've got the tax for foreign buyers. You got that going on. Secondly, you've got the start of summer. Kids are out of school. Parents are taking holidays.
True.
All the realtors I know are normally take the first 2 weeks off as well because they're going to spend time with their families. You have a change in government, and that change in government is going to have some repercussions on what's going to go in. So people are kind of taking a little bit of a stand back. Let's have a look at this thing kind of thing because everybody thinks that just because you have a change in government, it's going from a capitalist to this other one, that you're going to see a drop in activity. So therefore, maybe we might see a drop in house prices, which, based on what's going on in Western Canada, probably not likely.
You know, it's actually interesting. And so what you're saying right now, if someone's looking at buying a single-family detached home, now is probably a good time because come September, it could pick right back up again.
Exactly. Exactly. We've had crappy weather, excuse my French, ma français, that we've had some really poor weather up until about 2 weeks ago. And all of a sudden, we've had the best weather we've had since last June or July of 2016.
So everyone's out at the beach.
Everybody's out. Everybody's gone. Everybody's, like, the traffic is unbelievable. We just drove from Powell River over to Comox, then down the island. The traffic is unbelievable. And ferry terminals are full.
Yeah.
This is midweek.
Yeah.
We're not talking weekends, not talking a long weekend. We're talking midweek. It was full, and it had a 78% booking for the next ferry.
Wow.
Well, here's my French. Et maintenant, which is, it means and now.
Yeah,
so it takes longer to say it in French than it does in English, because in English it's and now, a song for Billy.
How much is a nickel? How much is a dime? How much is a quarter? A penny is one, a nickel is five, a dime is 10, and a quarter's 25. How much is a penny? How much is a penny? A penny is
How much is a penny, Uncle Bill? How much is a penny? Sounds like your granddaughter's talking to you.
I think so. I think it's a cent.
You know, you can't give a kid a penny anymore. They don't take it.
No.
They look at you like you're nuts.
I don't even know what a penny is.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is that?
Got a spare $100 there, Granddad?
That seems more the norm.
Oh, my goodness. So, Bill, we're going to talk about something very special on the program today.
Yes, we're going to talk about rates.
Okay, I've got my pen. I'm ready to take some notes.
So, first off, the banks have raised the rates. And they've gone up between 0.1 and 0.2, which is not significant. I'm sorry to say that. I mean, matter of fact, you know, if you really want to know, let's just bring out the famous calculator.
We're not talking about double-digit inflation like we were back in the 80s, is what we've been talking about all the show here. No.
No, so if you had a $100,000 mortgage, that's going to increase your payment by $280.
That's not bad. But Bill, I've got a client, and I brought this up at the beginning, and it's a real question she asked me yesterday. So every penny does matter to them. So right now they decided they wanted to be a little riskier and take a variable rate mortgage on, say, $1 million home. But with the rates going up, they're still feeling that that's still going to be advantageous to them to do that. Or are you saying they should take the fixed?
Take the fixed, because right now, I mean, if you got a 0.4 off the prime, so prime is 2.7, take 4 off that, it's 2.3. If you have increase in the rates from the feds, that's going to be 0.25. So now you're at 2.55, and your best fixed rate right now is 2.69. You might as well grab the 2.69 and run.
Okay. Well, I will let them know.
There's a song about that called Take the Money and Run. You know that song.
Exactly.
So what you're saying, if you're a guy that's got a good rate right now, like, don't bother switching to a fixed mortgage.
If he's got a good discount.
Good discount.
So
right.
discount will be 0.6 to 1 off the prime.
Okay.
If you're at 0.4 off the prime, you probably should very, very carefully look at what the rates are.
Okay. Now let's suppose mom and dad are talking to the kids about mortgages for the first time and say, go see Uncle Bill. He'll take care of you. What do you talk to them about, Billy?
I talk to them about getting as much information as they possibly can. Now, I have to correct myself on a previous statement. I was saying that if the rates had gone up by 0.1%, it'll like a $280 increase. That was my calculator.
Had a glitch.
It was the guy that put the stuff in. So
It's because they keep making those buttons smaller and smaller on the
right.
darn calculators. That's what it is.
So the difference on a 0.1% increase would be amazingly enough is like $1.30
$1.30
per $100,000.
per 100,000. Okay.
So it's not significant. Matter of fact, what happens is if you went bi-weekly on your payments, you probably have saved that already. So people have to put things into perspective.
Sounds good. Okay, Billy.
But rates are going up.
But not that much.
Not that much. And if you get the prime rate, which is what the Polos is talking about, he's talking about going by 0.25. But he's talking about it, but you don't see anything happening about it. So it's like a threat. So September will be our next go-round for the quarterly meetings. So that would be
It's kind of like those green crosswalks we have in Vancouver. Everybody's talking about them, but nothing's been doing about them. If you want to get some expert mortgage information online, you can visit billymac.com. That's Billy with a Y. No, not a Y.
Not a Y.
You have an I.
I have an I.
Wait a minute. It's not a Billy with a not a Y. It's an I.
.com.
.com. MAC.com.
Let me see.
BillyMac.com.
Exactly.
What's your telephone number, Billy?
604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
All right, we're going to try and get Finn Jensen down from the roof in just a second. We want to talk about vacation time and real estate here on the West Coast.
This is Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, along with Andrea Jock of Pinnacle Group Real Estate Marketing, and our producer is Dwayne Bishop this evening, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
CL 650.
I'm fixing a hole where the rain gets in and stops my mind from wandering. I'm filling the cracks that ran through the door and kept my mind from wandering.
You know, every week at this time, Billy, when we talk to our friend Finn, he's up on the roof.
Yes.
Fixing the hole so the rain doesn't come in.
If you would spend less time on the roof, there wouldn't be as many holes.
I mean, maybe we should send on a vacation, right?
I think you should.
Good afternoon, Tom, and good afternoon, everyone. Holiday time has started in earnest. Families with loaded cars and trucks pulling tent trailers and boats can be spotted on any road headed into nature. Of course, the airports are filled too. Not everyone needs a trailer to go on a vacation. But for some, making the road trip is part of the joy, and for others, the road trip is the vacation, to really see the land and meet the folk who make it home. Interestingly, we don't see that mad summer exodus from the city that occurs in some places. A large number of people are quite content to spend the summer vacation at home, taking day trips around the area, into the mountains or onto the beach. Having been blessed with such geography, it's hard to imagine finding anything nicer somewhere else. About the only situation that couldn't be more perfect, our property is located near beaches and parks. That would seem to be an ideal area, a combination residence, a home and vacation property at one address. When you stop to think about it, there must be thousands of families enjoying just that lifestyle. Another amazing feature of this place we call home. This is St. Jensen for Radio Real Estate. Talk to you next week.
Thank you, Finn. Now, we were talking about vacations a while ago. Billy, you were over on Vancouver Island a little while ago?
Well, I was up on the Sunshine Coast.
Powell River.
And then we drove over to the island.
And you were saying that some of the visitors to the area were down on the beach collecting things that they shouldn't have been.
Yes. There's a real problem with new Canadians who don't realize that they come from an area in their countries which have a replenishment problem. They replenish quickly. Here we don't because we have a colder climate. They don't come back as fast. They don't realize that. So they're taking 6, 7, 10, 20 bags of clams and oysters off the beaches to the chagrin of people who live there year-round.
You know what? I said to them, that's okay because homeboy don't eat that stuff.
Well, and I was actually also in Powell River, and we did ask, and you are allowed 30 per person.
Yeah.
30 oysters. So we did that. However, we found out the red tide, we couldn't eat them. So you got to be careful right now.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yes,
Red Tide, he was on just before this show.
You can get sick.
The Red Tide, playing music from the 50s and the 50s.
Wow.
That's the Red Tide show.
Okay.
Just kidding, Red. So listen, next week we've got a very special program coming up. But in the meantime, Andrea, you have a wonderful listing for us out in the Tri-Cities.
I do. I've got a spectacular, fully renovated, gorgeous luxury home. It's on almost an acre. It sits up nice and high, and it's surrounded by greenery and trees, so you're completely private. It's a gated estate. 3314 Bedwell Bay Road has spectacular ocean views, and this home has been completely upgraded top to bottom, modern finishings, the beautiful gourmet kitchen, nice open concept floor plan. There's 6 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. It's huge. You've got a media room downstairs, wine bar. There's a $15,000, it's called an Italian beverage center. And like, this house is stunning. And we're open. We were just finished our open house today. It was nice and busy. We'll be there again next weekend from 1 to 4. So we're on the market there for $3.188.
Okay, now if you don't sell it this week, Bill and I are moving in next weekend.
Well, Bill's actually talking to a client that's looking at it right now.
Yes, a really great young guy.
Yeah.
Young fellow. His mom and dad are going to help out. His dad is working out of the country right now, but he's going to be coming back, and hopefully
that works out.
We'll be able to make that happen.
All right, now listen, if I want to get some more information about this wonderful home you have for sale, where should I give you a call?
Yeah, 604-783-3124. That's 604-783-3124.
And your website is?
PinnacleGroupRealEstateMarketing.com. That's PinnacleGroupREM.com.
Our house in the middle of our street.
And before we go, I forgot to mention for your seasonal maintenance, call Finn Jensen. Call him at FinTech Mechanical Installations. His number is 778-378-2740. That's 778-378-2740. Ask to speak to Finn. Bill, if I want to talk to you during the week, how do I do so?
Just give me a shout at 604-684-4663. Call me, 604-684-HOME.
Call me, don't be afraid. You know that song?
I do.
Yeah, it's good. It was a John Denver hit back from Winnipeg.
Yes,
many years ago.
that was a great Winnipeg song.
We'll try it one more time. What's your phone number?
604-684-4663.
Nicely done. Can you come back to the open house next week?
I will be here with bells on.
Thank you. And Andrea, you'll be here too?
I will be here.
Okay, and I'll be here, and our producer will be here. Dwayne will be here, and it'll be a lot of fun. So get out there, enjoy the sunshine. It's going to be sunny all week long, and I'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. For Bill and for Andrea and for our friend Dwayne, it's Tom Lucas saying thank you, bye.